Welcome. This is the Cut to the Chase podcast show. I'm your host, the Bowie Knife, with my co-host, Jake Care. We'll give you that real chop, you understand that? We discuss sports, entertainment, current events, food, and just common sense. Tune in and subscribe. Oh boy. I had to take a double. Good morning, or afternoon, or whatever it is. This is the Bowie Knife, Cut to the Chase. We give you that real chop, you understand that? Yeah. So today, I have to remind you guys that this is a talk stream. Some people call it a podcast. I call it a talk stream, where I'm just talking, just subject matters or sports, life, common sense. Yeah. And sometimes I just see stuff on the social media platforms, internet, web, one of those screens, and I'll just start talking about it and what I think about it and what comes to my mind. But anyway, today I saw one of my inspiring rapper icons was getting blasted on the internet for being with the freshly inaugurated president, Snoop Dogg. And people were like skewering this guy, like harpooning him, bringing up stuff he said from the past and things that he said and calling him a sellout. And some people saying that he has to do this and he's changed. That's not him anymore, and et cetera, et cetera. But anyway, take a sip of this coffee. So today, I'm going to talk about it. But a lot like what I do in my other podcast, Talk Stream, What If? I'm going to set it up first. So today's title is called, Can You See the Rainbow? Can you see the rainbow? So anyway, go ahead and set it up. I think I told you this before. I'm from Berkeley, California. And I went to some interesting schools growing up. One of them was Emerson Elementary. And I went to Malcolm X. Yeah. I went to Malcolm X, a school called Malcolm X. So you can understand how my mind is somewhat militant. It's wired to be very militant. But as I was growing up, and I remember on days like this, rainy days or wintry days, spring days where there's like kind of cold outside and kind of drizzling, and the sun was out at the same time, I'd be in the courtyard at recess, and I'd look up and I'd see a rainbow. And I'd look at the other kids and say, hey man, you see that rainbow? Look at that rainbow, it's beautiful. A lot of kids would be like, yeah, I see it, there it is. And we'd be all excited, But then some kids couldn't. So where is it? I don't see it. Like right there, it's right there, You can't see it, it's beautiful. They couldn't see it. For whatever reason. Maybe because the reflection, the angle that they were at, they couldn't see it. Or maybe, I don't know, they just weren't meant to see it. They can't see it. So with that being in mind, there's things in life, man, that, that a lot of us can see. And there's things in life that a lot of people just can't see for whatever reason. So the Snoop Dogg thing, as I'm looking and thinking back on the guy that he was, the ex-gangbanger, the tough guy, deep cover, gin and juice party guy, West Coast icon guy, now being in politics, being a political pawn, you would say. A pawn is a piece on the chessboard used to position stronger pieces. Now I see exactly what's transpiring right before my eyes. And there's sometimes I'll tell people stuff like, hey man, you can't see what's going on? And this is going on, and they don't, because maybe they can't. Maybe they aren't meant to. Before I get to the meat and potatoes of this, I always bring up my daughter. I always tell my daughter, hey, baby, when God made hell, he didn't make it for it to be empty. He said, people gonna go in there. A lot, my understanding. And I also tell her, chickens don't fly, baby. They're not very bright. And they taste delicious. Everyone eats chickens. So some people are chickens, man. They just meant for that end to be gobbled up. Now let me get back to Snoop Dogg. So anyway, you see my icon on there with the president and doing stuff is because he has to. He has to. And I said this in a previous Cut to the Chase about my daughter going to college. I said, hey man, in the future they're handing to you, it's gonna be different, where they can just cut you off. They just cut your cord, man. Pull your charger off the wall. And once your battery dies out, you're gone. You're dead. Snoop Dogg's responsible for a lot of mouths to feed. He is more than just this guy that just came from his buddy's couch making raps on a little laptop and in the closet. He's a global icon now. He's responsible for probably 1,000 different mouths, including his family. If he doesn't do what he's asked to do, he won't be able to feed those mouths. And the idea of just being a normal person again is probably not even imaginable for a person like that. Going back to just making a $35,000, $40,000 a year job, getting up 9 to 5, having to pass urine tests, drug tests, that's probably not in that guy's that guy's future, man. Probably not on the schedule. So he is, he's got to do what he's got to do, man. Like, that's why a lot of people choose not to be that famous. They choose not to strive to be the #1 guy or be played all over every radio or have 1 million views. Like, I've had 1 million views on songs I didn't even know about. I've had things happen I didn't even know because I know what comes with that. And we're getting to a point now, especially with the people we elected, the computer guys, the atheist, and the convicted felon. We're probably going to get to a time where you either have to choose a side, man. And your actions and your thoughts are going to have to be on this, or they're going to shut you off, man. Just shut you off, man. And if you're feeding the family and you're sitting there deciding, with no faith, no deity, no God to tell you, hey, man, believe in me. If you don't have that, then you're probably going to be like, hey, man, I better do this. Or, my family's going to starve, And we're getting to that point. I don't know. There's that rainbow. Can you see it? I can see it. I can see it. Where? I don't see it. It's right there. This is the Bowie knife. Cut to the chase. Give it a real chop. You understand that? Do something good. God bless.
It's the Hood Chef J Poo / and we in the guts. It's the Hood Chef J Poo / and look here. Let's do it, man. You know what I mean? With Big Cuzzo, man. Bowie knife, man. Let's cut to the chase, man. Look, the podcast is up. Let's cut to the chase, man. With the Hood Chef J Poo. Logged in with Bowie Entertainment, man. Look, we over the airwaves, man. We talking, we speaking on it, and we about to cut on it too, because you know what? It's the Bowie knife with the Hood Chef J Poo. Ooh, let's cut it. Phone.
//